Hello learners, in this program I will discuss about the zoning systematic pattern of chemical variation within a solid solution mineral. I am citing an example of feldspar. Feldspar commonly contains two end members, albite and anorthite. Albite and anorthite, they are present in the form of a solid solution. The change in the chemical pattern of the albite or anorthite rings, as a result of chemical change, you may be able to see the rings of albite, rings of anorthite alternately. As a result, symmetric zoning is formed. Zoning is basically of two types: oscillatory zoning, compositional zoning. Oscillatory zoning is again categorized into two major types, such as reverse and normal zoning. Reverse zoning is also seen in some of the rocks, where the cooling process is again reversed by incorporation of another batch of melt. As a result, reverse oscillatory zoning is also formed. Compositional zoning from core to rim, sectorial zoning or hourglass structure, discontinuities between core and rim is also seen here. This is my own collection from the Deccan basalts lava flow. It contains plagioclase, and this plagioclase shows ring structure. See here in the center to periphery, there are alternate rings of anorthite, albite, and plagioclase grain is again intersected by another plagioclase grain here. It represents alternate rings of albite, anorthite, and they can be seen by change in the polarization colors of the rings. Compositional zoning indicates, what does it indicate? It indicates rapid crystallization. Rapid crystallization is main reason behind such kind of crystallization. As I said earlier, end members albite and anorthite, enrichment of one end member, at the same time depletion of another end member. Best example is plagioclase, where zones are alternately enriched, depleted in anorthite end members. Anorthite is the first formed crystallized mineral. Later on, albite rings are alternately replaced by albite. I am showing you another slide here. This is also from the lava flow, which display sectoral zoning or hourglass structure. What is hourglass structure? Four colorless and light brown, these are the colorless and these are the light brown pleochroic sectors. These are the pleochroic sectors. 1 knot, 1 1 knot, not 1 knot being colored, they are the colored one. In such pyroxene, 1 knot faces expose half filled protosites of 6-fold M1 and 8-fold M2 coordination that are geometrically flexible and attract highly charged small cations in non-equilibrium proportions. This implies rapid growth. Other faces do not expose to the same half empty sites, protosites, therefore, do not attract same cations. This is the reason why this kind of hourglass structure is been formed. So, it represents this structure, hourglass structure shows this, tell us about what was the condition at the time of cooling of the lava flow. Second one is irregular growth surface result in a patchy zoning. This is a patchy zoning. See my cursor carefully, this dotted line, white dotted line covering the black portion is showing the patchy zoning. When you rotate the stage, this becomes gray and this becomes black. It is ascribed to the process where different sectors are much richer in Si and poor in Al. Si means silicon and poorer in aluminum and titanium. Then 1 knot sectors. This is the implication. Constitutional supercooling and relative diffusions rate of cationic spaces in the melt and growth rates. This is a second possible region for the formation of irregular growth surfaces here. Oscillatory and crypto oscillatory zoning with the sectoral difference in the optical behavior. Oscillatory and crypto oscillatory zoning is also because of the difference in the optical behavior. When you rotate the stage, you may find this crystal behaves differentially, optically differentially while rotating the stage. And last implication is relatively fast crystal growth. This kind of patchy zoning is attributed to the fast crystal growth. These are the regions. If you find such kind of features in any unknown rock, these are the 4 important regions. They may contribute to the formation of this rock. Now, I am citing an example of discontinuities between the zoning. See, this dotted line, white dotted line, this shows discontinuities between the zoning, the two types, two zoning. Entire crystal is, the field of view is covered by a large crystal of CPX. CPX is better call it as clinopyroxene, and most common clinopyroxene is agate. White dotted line showing represents zoning of the central part of the agate, this central part here in this portion, and zoning in its exterior part. This indicates magmatic corrosion and regrowth followed interruption in the regrowth. So, these are the regions attributed to the formation of such kind of discontinuities within the clinopyroxene crystals. Learners, let us summarize what we have learned. We have learnt about zoning. Thank you very much.